The VO meter, measuring your voiceover progress. Whether you're a veteran voice actor, just starting out, or don't even know how to set a level, we're here to help you avoid the pitfalls along your voiceover path to success. The VO meter is brought to you by Voice Actor Websites, Studio Bricks, Global Voice Acting Academy, JMC Demos, and Sennheiser. The VO meter is produced in part using Source Connect, made by source-elements.com. And now, your hosts, Paul Stefano and Sean Daly.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our pre-eVOcation interviews with the guests and speakers from eVOcation 2022. I'm pleased to be joined by Samia Mounts. Now, Samia grew up on a military base in Seoul, Korea, where the demand for talented native English speakers is still insanely high. As a result, Samia started working professionally as a voice actor and session singer at the tender age of 13, putting her at over a decade of professional experience by the time she landed in New York City in 2008. Samia put in 12 solid years in NYC, performing in numerous readings and off-Broadway productions of new musicals, singing in multiple original and cover bands, including her own, and recording voiceovers for brands like Kayak.com, Bud Light Lime-A-Rita, Gillette, and many more. Samia is currently the brand voice for Infiniti Cars. So, Samia, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Happy to have you. So tell us, how did you become involved in eVOcation?
I am one of the many very smart voice actors who's lucky enough to be part of the Voice Actors of NYC group on Facebook. So that is how I know our lovely eVOcation organizers, Jamie and Karen. And they've seen me multiple times post castings for projects I was directing and working on with clients of mine back in Korea. And they asked me to be a part of the conference this year, and I'm super stoked about it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So tell us, what are you doing at the conference? What kind of talks or panels are you involved in?
I'll be sitting on a panel called Modern Casting with two other voiceover casting directors. I believe Andy Roth is one of them. And we're going to be talking about how the casting landscape has become the Wild West in the voiceover industry especially, and how things are changing in the modern era.
What are some of the key points you think we'll cover? I know it's a surprise with the topics because it is hosted live, but what are some trends you're seeing that you think might come up?
Well, I imagine that the reason I'm on this panel is because there's been a lot of actors becoming casting directors or producers or, producer-director actors lately. It seems like it's a growing thing, like it's this new avenue for voice actors to actually work in different parts of the industry, which can be great for your career, having multiple streams of income or multiple skills that you have. And just the many ways that casting has changed. It's no longer just something that goes through established casting directors, established agents and managers. It's something that's really expanding out and becoming something that more people have access to. Like the whole industry is democratizing and becoming something that isn't so exclusive and so confined to the two major markets in North America, which I think is really exciting for a lot of people. But, it also poses a lot of questions. And how do you navigate the ethics of that? It's going to be a fun panel. Lots of questions will be asked, I am sure.
Yeah, I agree. I've actually noticed that myself. You think that we'll get into this, I'm sure, in the panel, but do you think it's a natural progression of the industry, or do you think people are either looking for multiple income streams and that's why they're trying to get into it? I know in my case, a lot of times it's just kind of fallen into my lap, especially with the new and improved representation around the industry. If someone comes to me, and our listeners know I'm a Italian-American white man, but occasionally I'll get castings where they need a black woman or they need a Latino man, and I will just refer to my friends as just a natural thing. Do you think that's where it's coming from, or do you think people are legitimately looking for new income streams?
I've been nodding this whole time because I'm like, yeah, I can relate to that. Because many of those types of jobs, castings, producing and directing, have fallen into my lap too. So I do think part of it is a natural progression for a lot of people who've been doing it for a long time, like us. Once you really know what you're doing as a voice actor, it only takes a few other skills that people can clearly see in your work as a voice actor for them to know, like, oh, this person could be depended on to spearhead a whole project. I've seen lots of my friends make that leap. I've seen friends who had no ambitions to make that leap.
Right.
I certainly had no ambitions to. It all came as a natural progression of my career. But if somebody was, hustling and entrepreneurially minded, it could absolutely be part of a long-term strategy. And I think that's really interesting. And I also think it's great when you get to guide like a project, and when you get to get other actors employed, when you get to fight for other actors. That's been the best part about it. I think maybe that's why a lot of actors are attracted to work on the other side of the table, because then we know what it's like to be an actor. So we know, and it ends up being a safer space for everybody. So yeah, I think people can fall into it both ways, but I know for me, like you, it's been pretty natural.
Well, I'm sure we'll get into all the ins and outs in the panel, and I can't wait. So aside from the panel...
I can't wait either.
So aside from the panel, what else are you
Yes.
looking forward to about the conference?
Oh, it's just always a delight when voice actors gather, whether it be in person or digitally. I've been in many different parts of the acting industry, and voice acting is a corner where there is the most support and positivity and good humor and just good values. I just love voice actors. So I'm excited about having all of these wonderful people in one place, or figuratively in one place.
Yeah, and the eVOcation crew and attendees are always some of the best, so I'm sure it'll be great.
Totally. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Well,
Everybody
Samia,
get your tickets now.
yeah, definitely. Samia, thanks for being here. Where can folks find you if they want to work with you?
They can find me at SamiaMounts.com, SamiaMounts, like she mounts the horse.com. Everything is there if you're interested in working with me as an actor or as a voiceover coach, or if you're interested in just like chatting, saying hi, let me pick your brain. I like talking to people. So reach out to me, folks.
All right, thanks, Samia. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the VO Meter. To follow along, visit us at www.vometer.com.
We'd also love to hear your comments or suggestions for the show. Or if you have a questionable gear purchase, tell us all about it on our Facebook page or on Twitter at the VO Meter.